Mayor Bridget Keating,
Present.
Vice Mayor Christy Mosbach,
Here.
President Pro Tem Taylor Materio,
Here.
Councilmember Gregory Freebold.
Here.
Stand for the moment of silence. We have two residents who passed since our last meeting. Kristen Garrison, President Pro Temp of North Palm Beach Village Council, 64 years old, passed on December 31st, 2025. And our longtime resident, Genevieve Bobrowski, 87 years old, passed sometime in December. And she was here, she's a resident since 1979. May she rest in peace and keep her family in her thoughts and prayers.
Mayor, may I add two people, please?
Yes, sir.
Dan Dumaine, who lives right over here on Carissa, and Mr. Faquire, after years of battling cancer, finally succumbed. Thank you.
Their family and our thoughts and prayers. And our own pastor,
Father Peter.
Father Peter. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I know everybody has their title.
Good evening. Let us pray. Oh, Heavenly Father, as we enter into a new year, we are grateful for the year that is past and for the blessings that it has brought. In this new year, grant us the virtues of faith, hope, charity, wisdom, justice, and courage. Grant us as well to be humble, kind, patient, and compassionate. As we struggle through difficult times in our country, help us to love one another, to see your perfect image and likeness in others and in ourselves. Help us to lift up one another as thou didst lift up the poor, the hungry, and the afflicted. May thy blessings continue to be upon our town and those who dwell in it. Guide this town council and those who work for the betterment of this town, and may their actions be well-pleasing unto thee. Open the eyes of our hearts and minds to understand thy commandments and to seek thy will in all things. Amen.
Amen. And would you mind lead us into pledge allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Father.
All I have is Tim. Does anybody else want to put their name in to speak? Tim?
It's after.
That's after. Challenging me.
Mhm.
Tim Daughtry, 1410 Keller Road. Hate to be, just keep bringing the same stuff up and same stuff up and same stuff up. Okay. Forest Hill, the trees on the west side of the median at Pine Tree and Forest Hill. They're a problem. They continue to be a problem, continue to be a problem, continue to be a problem. They need to be trimmed or gotten rid of. They have no business being there. They block so much of the view turning in to Pine Tree going westbound. Again, I'll mention this too, speed enforcement on Forest Hill. I really don't see our police force out there enforcing traffic laws on Forest Hill. I used to see Officer Pullis out there quite often doing a lot of traffic enforcement. I don't see anybody out there anymore, and I'm on that road all the time. Keller Road Bridge, stop sign needs to be put there. Okay, it tends to be more and more of a problem for me getting in my driveway without any sort of traffic control coming across from the terrace into Lake Clark Shores when I'm trying to get in my driveway. Also concerns me with my daughter driving and coming in that way too. The park at the head of the lake. And I brought this up for over a year now. And it's very frustrating, and it's dangerous, and it's unsafe. Ground fault interrupter protection needs to be on the outlets there. I've brought this up several times for over a year, okay? I specifically stopped by last night at 8:30 and I checked 8 devices in the park, and only 2 of them had ground fault interrupter protection. It's for safety, it's a public park. It needs to be done. It's a safety issue. This has been a common code that has been in operation for well over 50 years. And there's no excuse that we can't put something as simple as a ground fault interrupter on the device, the plugs that are in that park. Okay, it's a no-brainer. Okay. The barbecue is on the weekend of the Lake Worth Street Painting Festival. I thought we were always looking to have the barbecue on weekends when there isn't something else big happening in Palm Beach County. That is right next door. I work it every year and I work it for both days, and it's sad that I have to make a choice between the barbecue and the street painting festival. I help run the children's meadow there, and I spend a lot of time over there in that and doing that. So now here's the last thing. Taxes and spending. So the first page is going to be a listing of the various millage we have all across the county and all the different municipalities. You all were up in Tallahassee. I'm sure taxes
Thank you.
was a topic of major discussion up there. I was expecting that there would be something out of Tallahassee this year for a change in property taxes. I don't know if that's going to happen, considering that the Senate president is not on board with that at the present time. But that is something that is going to be coming down the pike at some point in time. There's going to be changes in the amount of money that we use to take off of our taxes, and there's also going to be considerations of age limit on doing away with taxes. Is something we need to watch and see where our spending is going. That is the second paper that is relates to an article in the Palm Beach Post about a month ago concerning Loxahatchee Groves, a town of 13 square miles, the same amount of residents as we have our town, and their contract with PBSO, they are in a dispute with PBSO, and for police services from PBSO in that jurisdiction, which is a lot bigger than ours, although the same amount of residents, $680,000 a year is their contract amount. Okay. And I know what we spend on our police here. I love our police force as it is, but costs are costs, and tax changes are going to be coming, and it's something we need.
Can you use the microphone?
Well, I'm right here on the mic, right here. You can't hear me? You can't hear me? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And it's something we need to consider going forward. We need to look at our costs, all of our costs. And our police force is one of the biggest costs we have here in our city. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, Tim. Is there anybody who'd like to speak? Okay.
Good evening, Ms. Warren. Welcome back. Welcome home.
Is there
Glad you made
any,
it safe and sound. I said, I'm glad you made it safe and sound.
okay, may we have approval of agenda?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Passed. We have approval for the consent agenda.
So moved.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So approved. Okay, no presentations, no quasi judicial proceedings, no public hearings. Unfinished business, council vacancy. Do we have any comments? Do we have any, make any movement on it?
I think we should send out an email advising everybody of the openings and allowing them to submit an application or a resume for our consideration.
Said,
You know where I stand. I don't agree. I think that it should be not only earned, but worked for. We've been appointing council members for years and years and years now. I think it has more value if somebody works for it. Look what you had to go through just to get a bank account. Gives you a whole new perspective.
Are you proposing that we
I'm proposing.
we go
that
for
keep
next
it
year?
Available,
keep it open for another year?
well, until qualifying, which occurs in 10 months. That will happen in November. I don't have a magic crystal ball, but I don't foresee anything that we can't make work. And then that seat will become available, and maybe there'll be more than one person, and it wouldn't be put upon us to have to make that decision. So let's just say you have 3 people running for that seat. It's fair to let the residents make that choice. If we appoint somebody, nobody runs against them, then it's, our doing, which I just feel like it has more value if they work for it.
do you have any other comments, Taylor?
I'm torn on it just because it's hard for me to speak against the appointment when I was appointed. But I do see the value in having someone run for office and for giving people the time to make those decisions, because when an appointment does come up, a lot of times it's missed by residents who might want that opportunity to serve. So as of today, I tend to lean in this direction.
So we just leave no action at this point.
What's your feeling, Mayor?
I'm pretty much in the same, about being earned and give the opportunity for the residents to earn it. I mean, it comes up in qualifying in November, and I agree. So you guys were appointed. I was unopposed, which is not much different, but I feel that if the residents truly want to volunteer and want to take the opportunity to run, I think that they should be vetted and let the residents decide.
This is a paid position too. This is not a volunteer position.
Right. No, but I'm saying
We were rolling in the dough.
Oh, overpaid, I'm
a
telling
lot
you
of
what.
people who volunteer throughout the
Sure.
town are usually the ones that are interested in
Right.
Sure.
taking the next step.
I think we might be surprised.
I
And
would,
in terms of how many or how
terms of
few
who-
people?
Know how many people would possibly come out and apply to do a campaign, run a campaign, get out there, talk to the people, see what's happening. It's one thing to be up here and have a little bit of more information than they get versus what they hear on the street, in their homes, friends that they talk to. It works differently.
Is there any disadvantage to having an empty seat for what will be a whole
Only
year?
if we can't get 3 people.
A whole year?
It's 10 months. It's in November.
it's in November.
We're in January.
What, that's
Qualifying,
qualifying is in November, but they don't take the seat until
I understand. but we'll
March
know.
or something, right?
We'll know.
Well, if
In
it,
November, we'll know if somebody wants it. And then if nobody
they
wants
run
it,
out
which
of
is
time.
possible,
then you can.
then you could come and say, okay,
That's what I was gonna, let you say it. Go ahead.
yes, sir,
But they wouldn't take the seat until March of 27, right?
correct.
Okay.
Well, may I interrupt? If they run unopposed, you can appoint them because they're
At
already
that point.
Sooner.
at that point.
Right.
Sometimes things come up, and I'm sure they will between now and November, that inspire people to seek office.
I have this strong feeling there will be a lot of stuff coming up that is going to inspire people from a wide variety of, issues. You know what I mean? I just think it's better to let the residents have a say in it as well. I mean, they can come here and voice their opinions and all of that, but like you said, a majority of them won't, where hopefully you would get more people coming out and voting.
And then what should no one run?
Yeah.
Well, then we appoint.
Okay,
Then our hands are tied. We gave everybody plenty of opportunity. You know, plus, let's see what's going on in Tallahassee. Let's see where that all lands.
Yep.
And then we can go from there
Firestorm.
as well. Yeah, we
Yeah.
still don't know. I tend to agree with Tim. Something's coming. Maybe not that full plan that they're thinking about.
Yeah.
But eventually that's going to try and work its way in too.
no, I believe the governor wants the session to do something. It may not happen in special session. I mean, it may not happen in regular session. It may happen in special session. And like you said, the Senate is very methodical about what action they want to take. So really, they're dictating the direction of what's going to go. And then it's got to go to the courts to get a language, and then it's got to come to the voters of Florida to change the statute. So, and then it has to get 60%. And then they don't know whatever that change is going to be, how we're going to implement that. Whether it's us, when I say us, meaning all the cities and county, how it's going to impact them and what they got to do to adjust to whatever the outcome of the proposal is, because we don't know. They're all over the place of how they want to address it, from, you know, total elimination to additional exemptions to combination, and we don't know what the final outcome is going to be.
So would that go on the ballot this November? If they,
I'm not sure.
That's their plan.
That's.
Pardon me?
hope.
That is their plan.
Okay, so we're gonna leave this no action at this point.
No action.
Thank you.
And the next one is discuss what I had requested last meeting, and I think they did some homework, and Joe's gonna go into, to hear what they had come up with and
Yeah, I can.
exchange your decision on.
Thank you, Mayor. I can go over this memo. It's how we can get more involved on a national theater. So we came up with 3 options. One is to join the actual membership for the National League of Cities. The other is attend their conference. And the third is a different kind of option, but it's to participate in the Florida League of Cities fly-in. They call it Fast Fly. So if we want to become a member of the National League of Cities, it's $981 annually. If we want to actually go to their conference, if one of the council members or several of you want to go, we believe it would roughly be about $2,600 for airfare, transportation, lodging, per diem. And then if you want to do something which is kind of different, because it's not dealing with the National League of Cities, and you want to do the Florida League of Cities fly-in, that's done with our state League of Cities. And that one is in April. That one runs about $1,600 to fly in, registration, and lodging. So those are the 3 options. So we put them on paper so you can look at them and then discuss.
And you said you also had some follow-up conversations with?
Was asked that we would meet with Congresswoman's Frankel's office. You want that?
Yes.
Okay. We did. The mayor and I met with Felicia, who I've known for many years, and she basically said it's always a good idea to fly up, and they haven't cut infrastructure, if that's what you're looking for. There's still infrastructure money, but so it's not a bad idea to actually put a face to the name. And we did meet with Richard. Actually,
Yeah.
you met with Richard on that one.
Yes.
So I didn't discuss it with Richard.
But with Felicia, with Senator Frankel's aide, she said that when they go through putting in proposal for infrastructure funds and grants, it's better to have somebody up there as a contact, because it's, it's fast moving, and that they're really, what do I call it, in favor of supporting funds, federal funds for the septic to sewer. and there's a lot of money, I want to say a lot of money. I want to say there's money up there, and she thinks that they want to help because she used to be a former Lake Clark Shores resident. Doesn't mean that's going to happen, just no different than the state. But there is a big push from a federal level to, for environmental reasons to have those funds granted. So I just think that we can, whether it's I or multiple of us go up there. I think the membership of National League of Cities, I don't know if Emily went into it, but it not only is it's a town membership. It's not for me, it's not for the council, it's for the whole town. They also provide training to all of our staff and throughout the year. I think that for the value I think it would be beneficial to try it for a year, and if we don't get anything out of it, then let's not renew it. But I think there's quite a bit of value, and if we get some funding out of it, it'll more than pay for itself.
You're gonna have to invest more than a year.
Well,
You're in there, you're like, one day's a travel day, the next day's a meet day, the next day's a travel day back.
no,
So
but
for one visit, we've been asking her office for money for years.
Yeah.
now.
no,
So, and I mean, we've physically taken them out on the water, we've done a lot of different stuff.
Who?
And
Everybody.
so,
I'm just saying,
no, I
if
understand.
there's concern about
When
the
we think
cost.
about it, you gotta think about the investment.
Greg, can you please move your
sorry.
microphone?
Sorry.
Yeah, everybody needs to
I
speak.
thought
to the
everybody could
microphone.
hear me. I got a
Yeah.
I used to be
big
the-
mouth as
Yeah.
it is. You can't hear me? I apologize.
You know, I think the office of mayor deserves some accommodation, but as I was thinking about this up in Tallahassee last week, many other councils have stipends, not per diems, but stipends.
Mm-hmm.
So I would put out there that we give a stipend. It could be to go to Washington, it could be to go to the Forum Club and meet all the other officials, use it as you want.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are, other cities our size are paid 6 to 10 times what we're paid. Now, obviously, we're not in it, and, bigger cities are getting 30 and 50 times what we're getting paid. So I don't think it's unreasonable to have a stipend for, when I bought lunch for the departing chief and his staff, I spent 2 months of my pay, which, for his lunch, which is fine. I'm happy to
He
do
was
it.
taking it easy on you.
Yeah, well, I'm happy. I was prepared to spend more. But I think a stipend would then solve the mayor's problem and let us all be out there. I'm taking other commissioners. I'm having lunch with
Sure,
them.
no, listen. I've been up here. This job cost me money.
Yeah, well, that's
So I'm fine with it. Charlie, talk to us about that. It's not the same as requesting an increase for council, is it? Is to add a stipend to the situation, or?
I'd have to look at what actually is being proposed.
I don't know that she put a number out there, but
There is numbers.
Yeah. it's
I'll
like
put a
maybe
number out there. I
$200.
think it should be $500 a month.
and then you use that money to do all these travels, Tallahassee, the National League of Cities.
Forum
You
Club.
buy your ticket.
Today I'm at lunch with 3 other, Green Acres, Lake Worth Beach,
Right.
we're getting out there, and
Sure.
it's important
I-
that we do that.
It is very important that we do that, and I'm happy you're doing that.
When you were in Tallahassee, who were you there with? I sort of know the answer to this.
Everybody sitting up here.
So when you were going to congressional offices, or you were visiting state reps and
Yeah.
and were you also there with Habitat, or are you serving in this capacity?
No, I was serving in this capacity.
Okay. And you weren't affiliated with any of these groups, right?
Which
That-
group?
Like the National League of Cities, or we weren't a member yet, so you
No.
still were able to go to all of these offices and make the requests and do the things that you needed to do.
Well, we met for about 2 minutes with our senator and about a half an hour with our rep.
Again, I mean, I think I expressed this last time. I have a hard time with the whole package when we have a paid lobbyist there representing us. And I do agree. Now, I don't know about $500 a month, if that's appropriate or not. Like That seems like a big jump from where we are.
But it's not a salary increase, it's a
I
stipend.
understand.
And
I understand the difference, but I do see the value in things happening here locally. I also see the value in being part of some of these groups. I was hoping that either Joe or the mayor were gonna have this conversation with Richard and where he thought this could be supportive of his work, since we are paying him annually to do this lobbying work on our behalf to make sure that we're securing dollars. I just, do I want you to go and do these things? Yes, of course. But I also want our staff to have retirement benefits and, the people that are working for us every day to have the things that we want them to have too. So it's just a hard sell for me. Town membership and maybe Florida League of Cities. I just don't know if we need to be doing all of it all at once. And I still stand in that spot.
Well, you realize that, listen, I've known Richard for a long time and he's a Florida lobbyist. He doesn't have the per se, he can't go up to DC unless he has he's certified up there. I did speak with him and you can speak with him yourself, but he does support us. He thinks that it would be of value for me or the council or whoever wants to go up there to lobby for these funds. It would be a great value for the town. I recommend that you go look on the National League of Cities because it's very comprehensive and there's a lot more than just this conference. There's a lot more
Yeah,
things.
I know about the National League of Cities and the Florida League
Okay.
very well.
Okay.
And I have had a family member who was a part of those organizations. So I understand how they function very well.
So understanding that the National League of City membership is not required for me to go up there. That's a separate item.
Mhm.
I was looking at more from a town perspective because it provides other benefits to the town itself, not only from my perspective. And Joe, if you have anything you can add to it, I became aware of it when I got nominated to go in for the fast fly-in. That was something that I was because I sat on the committees last year. I was put my name in the hat and they said that I was approved, and it's not just, they don't just pick everybody, and I don't know how they do their selection. And then it's up to me to get my funding. If the town doesn't support me, I could still go and pay out of my pocket. So I just think there's a great benefit to both. The fast fly-in happens after the NLC. So basically you're finishing up, you go in there, you lay the groundwork for from a national perspective. And then when you go in for the fast fly-in, you're doing the follow-up and finishing the fine tuning of what you got done or didn't get done. And that's where that falls into. It's not just me. Remember the National League of Cities, you have other people from Florida, from around the country up there. So that's another networking element that we, going up there for us and for the town. But when you start talking to other people from around the country with cities of similar sizes, there are things that we just don't think of that. So I've met people up there from the state perspective. And
If you had to choose one, what would you choose? Like, where do you think, what holds the most value?
I think the League of Cities, the NLC conference and the fast fly-in are tied together. The fast fly-in is just like what we just did with Tallahassee or the Palm Beach County days. It's a bam, 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 bam. You go meet your legislators, and then that's it. Where the congressional conference, you go in there and you're spending time and you meet with the heads of the people of these committees, the DEP, all from a federal standpoint. So you're going in there and getting the down and dirty from them, and you're getting whatever you're looking for to move forward. Like where Frankel's office would be working with us to move this forward because she sits in there. She sits on these committees. She's already.
I know Felicia very well. and I
Yeah,
know her
so
office very well.
she supported, she said that it would be beneficial for someone from the town, whether it's me, you, or anybody else, to have that contact up there when they're doing this.
so if you had a stipend,
Right?
Yeah.
you could choose to use the stipend for that, and I would choose to use it for the Forum Club and
Right.
taking other local commissioners out to lunch.
I'm-
Well,
The
the
lunch part,
lunch part is a big issue because the statute specifically says local lunches are not allowed to be reimbursed. You have to be
What's the
traveling.
statute?
the Florida statute on per diem.
But see, okay, per diem,
But you can't then circumvent the law by taking a stipend and using it for something that the law doesn't allow you to use it for.
the commissioner,
It's, the legislature has said lunches you have to have anyway, and if you're not out of town on business, you're not entitled to be reimbursed for those lunches. And the stipend would be circumventing that, and I think it would probably be an issue with the county ethics office,
well,
but we can look into
I
it.
spoke with a Green Acres commissioner today, and she said they have free reign to spend it however they want.
I'm
so
not sure, they may think they have free reign, but I don't think the
Don't mention
statute
their
allows it.
names.
Yeah.
I tend to lean towards, and I think you brought up a great point, Mayor Keating. I tend to lean towards having you up in DC once and participating in the NLC Congressional City Conference and sort of getting your feet wet while also having a town membership. I think we are well covered and well served with our other trips to Tallahassee and representation in Tallahassee. And that's, I think, where I'm going to land on that one tonight.
Okay. So.
You know what the best form of government is, right? It's the government closest to the people. Whether, I know this is your first time in Tallahassee, but you build these relationships over time.
Mhm.
You may not even feel like you're doing it, because I have people come up to me now that, and I look at them, I'm embarrassed. I'm almost, I don't always remember. I'm like, oh yes, we did do this. We did do this. So networking is vital to what we're trying to do here. It could become even more vital. So I think the Florida delegation is really the best. I would like to think, but I just am telling you guys that Congresswoman Frankel's office, and she was a neighbor. I know exactly where she lives. They haven't done anything for us.
Because we haven't asked.
Yes, we have.
That's not true.
Yes, we have.
That's-
Listen, we looked at joining the National League of Cities years ago and
There's a lot of history.
came
there.
to this same conclusion that we need to work on our local stuff. I had a lot of discussion with other council members on other places too about this kind of stuff. And yeah, Charlie, I'd say look into the per diem thing. We don't
Not
have
per diem, stipend. There's a big
stipend,
difference.
excuse me.
Big difference.
Well, I understand, and I'm sure there's in terms of ethics, it's anything over $100. So before we do that, it would be wise of us to have that legal advice on that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I have no problem with that. And then we can look at this again in February. When is this? When do you have to register by? Because I see the one thing is a first time.
There's deadlines you can
What is it?
register all the way.
That's why, what is your deadline?
You can register all the way up to almost the 2 weeks before.
Oh, okay.
Every time you,
Okay.
every
It's just
time.
the plane tickets that.
Yeah, plane
Yeah,
ticket
yeah.
and the registration fee as it gets closer, it goes
Right.
up. Everything goes up. And of course,
Sure.
hotel rooms, same
But
thing.
the first one is the NLC, right?
Right.
Well, you got 1 and 2 out of me, Mayor Keating, so.
Listen, I'm okay with that. And listen, I have not, this is only my second year up in Tallahassee, but I've been up to Tallahassee for 20 years with the firefighters. It's a different group.
It's different now. Now
it's
you're
a-
an elected official.
Yeah, it's a different group, but you're doing that, you're going around to the legislators, you're lobbying for your issues. We're lobbying for the town. I was up there, I was lobbying for their issues.
Yeah,
Every
but
state
you're going with
organization.
Palm Beach County
Right,
Days. We
right,
have a lobbyist up
right,
there. You
right.
can-
Same
it's-
thing,
It's more
same,
accessible.
it's the same format. We have lobbyists up there for the firefighters, everything else. So as far as that background, and we used to go to DC every year too. There are things, listen, you've already got you on the national side of it. And I think that I go up there and go there. If we can get funds, we get funds. If we don't, then let's call it a day and we won't have to go there ever again. But if we get some movement on it and we get some groundwork, then we'll see the value in it, or we won't see the value in it. And we'll say, we tried it and it didn't work and let's move forward. Listen, I think they're both, if I can get approval just to go there, if you want to, how you want to cover any of them, I still would like to go and okay with putting my own money out of my pocket because I think the value's there. The National League of the NLC, I just thought it would be more value than just up here. And if that's, if we don't want to do that, I'm okay with that. Yes, I'm okay with anything. I just think I would like to have the opportunity to try to do some lobbying and acquiring some funds for the issues that we have going on in the town. And I may be a bust and I may be successful. You don't know if you don't try.
Well, let's see what Charlie says about the stipend.
Charlie, this is under new business, or this is unfinished. We don't need a motion to give you direction.
No, I can do it on
Okay, good. All right.
just direction of the council without a vote.
Well, I would say the same thing. Let's find out. Let's do some homework on a stipend. Our next meeting is, I just looked at it. It's that second Tuesday in February, correct? Which is the 10th.
So it's just 3 weeks away.
So it's right around the corner. We can all do a little more research and see. Everything that you do, in my opinion, that you network has value. The problem is I don't agree with the philosophy you're proposing. If you're going to do it, we need to do it. You got to be consistent. They don't know you at first. It took me years to just get recognized by the guys that I came up here with in the beginning. So it's like building any relationship. It takes time. So, Charlie.
And this guy is great at relationships. I mean, walk across in any room in Tallahassee, there's about 10 people coming up and slapping him on the back.
It's been time.
But yeah, that takes time.
Yes. So Charlie, I would say look into the information.
We'll get
Please
the
present it
information.
to us and we'll put it on there and we will make a final decision in February.
Okay.
I do see the value in the league too. So we'll see.
Okay. New business. We have,
Is Bill on the line? Okay. Well, we get him on there, but as you know,
Bill, you're self-muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Bill Lynch.
I am now unmuted. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Now we can't hear him up here.
Okay. Emily, can you raise the volume? My mic shows that I'm at about 90%. Can you guys hear me?
I can
I can
barely, but I can hear.
not well enough to hear, to know.
If I lean in, is that any better?
That's better.
Okay. I can talk louder. My wife will say I'm screaming, but I'll tell her it's not personal.
Where's the speaker?
They're saying it's coming from the ceiling. Correct?
Can hear it.
It's coming from God.
I can't compete, Joe.
Sorry, Father.
Okay.
Well, last month, Bill was asked to give us a presentation on what it would take us to get phase 3 to phase 5 shovel ready. So Bill's here to give us an update.
Sure. So back in October, I made a presentation and did an overview of the program phases 1 through 5. The town had financed and constructed phase 1 themselves. Phase 2 is currently shovel ready. And Joe, if I recall, you have a legislative appropriation request in for construction of phase 2, correct?
That is correct.
So then what Joe mentioned is we were requested to put together an estimate of what it would take to complete phases 3 through 5. Without going in a great deal of detail, we were retained by the town in June of 2020 to start on the design and permitting for a conversion of septic to sewer. It was based on a master plan prepared by others. We worked with the town at that time to create a phased approach for a couple different reasons. And one of them was for funding, was, could we create a strategy that could result in the town being able to secure funding and construct in phases ultimately providing service across the entire town around the lake, not the southern portion. So as I mentioned, phase 2 is shovel ready. Phase 3 through 5, we've made significant progress and provided through December 2022. So 3 years ago, essentially, we stopped the design, and in 2023, there were incidental changes. We moved, or the town requested that the vacuum pump station be relocated into the park. We provided a little consulting on the relocation of the vacuum pump station, and then we stopped completely. So what we've put together, and Joe, do they have a copy of it in front of them?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So, there's a 16-page document, but if you were to look at the background on page 1, I think it does a pretty good job, 1 and 2 actually, does a pretty good job of summarizing what needs to occur. So first and foremost, we need to finalize the vacuum collection system, and it says plan and profile sheets, and that just means that it shows you the above ground and the below ground on the systems, and it's required for permitting purposes. The relocation of the vacuum pump station, your town planner had shown a design of the vacuum pump station in the park north of the Pine Tree Bridge. So we need to based on that design, based on that location, complete the design, which is all trades, civil, architectural, structural, mechanical, etc., to be able to get a vacuum pump station that can be bid and built for the town. From the vacuum pump station, you then take the collected sewage, and we're going to pump it to Palm Beach County. When the vacuum pump station was across the street, across Forest Hill Boulevard, it would just gone up and gone west towards Mango. Now we'll need to cross Forest Hill Boulevard and then end up out on Florida Mango. Associated with that are the various evaluations to make sure that it all works, and then the complete preparation of the associated drawings and specifications and permit applications that would result ultimately in a shovel-ready project ready for bidding. So that's a high-level overview of what we have presented in that document. If you want to scroll all the way to the last page and go, so how much would this cost? We're very disclosing in that regard. We don't just go, hey, here's a number. So the last page, you can see the estimate there presents by the type of professional and the tasks that are outlined, the hours it would take, rates for the individuals, and calculated out, was $391,292. So I just said use $390,000.
Bill, I thought we were very, very far along before we halted this. And as I was reading this proposal, it wasn't until I got to about task 4 or 5 that I realized that I had thought the tasks 1, 2, and some of the earlier tasks were fully completed, but that's not true.
Well, it's not true. And the other is that moving the vacuum pump station from the north side of Forest Hill Boulevard to the park changes a lot of the hydraulics and things that we need to do to make the system fully functional. And we stopped the work 3 years ago.
Why did we move it from the north side?
The town made that decision, feeling that its location within the park was a better location.
You mean you get better results?
Well, it wasn't related
to flows better.
It wasn't related to the vacuum system. The relocation was the town's thought that the pump station would be further away from the neighbors who literally were right across the street from it when it was on the north side of Forest Hill Boulevard. So in part, putting it in the park moves the sewage pump station further away from your residence.
Is a pump station noisy or just unsightly?
Actually, doesn't need to be unsightly, and it isn't that noisy. Occasionally, there is odor.
What did you say?
Said occasionally there is odor and it's not that unsightly.
Or noisy.
Yeah. In this case, the station would be above ground, so this is not your typical below ground sewage lift station. A vacuum pump station is a building of some significance. I don't know, Joe, I have the PowerPoint presentation. I don't know that I can share it, but you may recall it looks like a house. Let's put it that way.
It's a small warehouse.
How many square feet is it?
That would depend on the features that you guys want to put in it.
And I think if and when this happens, or if it happens, we were looking at tying it with the park.
Yeah, we had that in our.
Right, and
Design.
we're looking, and so it would be they're also, we're looking at adding the bathrooms on one side of it, so it would be inconspicuous, look like just a regular building. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
No, that's correct.
But if it smells, do we really want it in a park that people use?
There will be odor control on the building. So it's not like a large prevalent odor all the time.
And it's supposed to be, it's on Forest Hill, so it's furthest away.
Remember in our.
No, I do
Yeah,
remember.
Okay.
Yeah. I just didn't realize there was a lot more engineering that have to take place to
Yeah.
to take care of that.
Any other questions?
Well, I can tell you this, in our previous discussions about even going to Washington, it makes no sense to go up there to find money for this if we are not shovel ready. So I think it's time to proceed. Continue on with this, get this baby shovel ready completely. Then we address the other issues about finding money. We have an appropriation request in right now. If we're not shovel ready, we are not in that good shape. What is the appropriation for the Micah West?
Yes, it's for
Well,
Michael.
we're ready there. So
Right.
that's one of the other things to think about. We need to be shovel ready and pay before we talk about National League of Cities, fly-ins, fly-outs, all that kind of stuff. We
Joe,
have
how
to
long
be
have we been shovel
prepared.
ready for phase 2?
That
A
was on
couple years now.
it's a couple years and it's a 4 or 5 year permit.
Okay,
So
so we've been shovel ready for a couple of years, yet we haven't gotten any money for that. So while it's always nice to be shovel ready, to spend $400,000 to get shovel ready for a phase 3 when phase 2 hasn't even received any money yet.
I understand. I'm just putting it out there. If you're not shovel ready, there's no dollars.
But there's no,
There-
we are shovel
We
ready
don't-
and
we
then we
don't-
still got no dollars.
You don't know that. That's why you do what we do. Because one day, a little, magic dust could get sprinkled on us.
You have to have the card in your
Bam.
hand.
Right.
We've got it.
But
You have to have
then,
the card in your hand. You have to have it be ready.
but we've got one card in our hand, and if that card if somebody comes and gives us money for that, then we say, boom, let's get.
Where they
3
say, we
let's
got
get
money
3
for
ready."
3, 4, and 5. Are you shovel ready? Nope, next. And then.
Yeah, but nobody's given us money for 2 yet, and we don't do 3, 4, and 5 until we get 2 done.
Any other questions? Comments?
Joe, in your experience, what is the likelihood of a project being funded? I mean, phase 2, knowing that we don't have the rest of it shovel ready, would they typically pause on funding phase 2 because the total project isn't ready to go? And they're looking at this town in its entirety.
if I think I understand the question, I don't think they care about phase 3 and 5. They want us to do the whole thing, the DEP, the professionals. But it's right now, it's Tallahassee not giving any money to anything right now. So it's not a good time to get money out of Tallahassee. As you heard the rep that came in saying the same thing. So, but the other, Greg and the mayor are 100% correct. I mean, there's even a box you have to check on grant applications or appropriations that say, are you shovel ready? So it's a very important thing to be shovel ready.
And right now, we're looking at grants because of the appropriations, we were unsuccessful. Or we're just taking another
It's just another path.
another direction. Last year, we got approval and it got vetoed.
Correct.
And now we're going after the grants and we have to check that box. We can't even go to the next, we can't even ask for grants for 3, 4, and 5 because we're not shovel ready.
But we have to get 2 done before.
You don't have to get, they're
No.
two different systems.
That's what he was just
No, we don't.
Two,
commenting on.
yeah, phase 2 is a gravity system. It's 130 something homes. Correct me if I'm wrong, Bill. But
You're
it's a
correct, Joe.
totally different system. It's a gravity system. This 3, 4, and 5 will be a totally different system, which is a vacuum system. As Bill said, I think the reason why they put it in phases like this is because of funding.
The bus.
Because to make it, once you start getting appropriations, usually they keep going until the project's done. But right now, it's just a hard time to get any money out of anybody right now.
Are you suggesting that we would, could possibly do phases 3 through 5 before phase 2?
100%. They have nothing, phase 3 to 5 have nothing to do with phase 2. 3 and 4 or 5 can be
No, I
done.
know. I thought they had numbers because it meant the sequence in which we
No.
would be addressing.
Correct, Bill? You can do 3, 4, and 5 before 2. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. We didn't sequence them. We just numbered them so that the funders could see that the town had thought through phasing.
That's what I was trying to get him to address, was that it's like one total project that we basically,
Ask them to divvy up.
But I think we're more likely to get money if we do it in smaller chunks, right?
That's what,
but if money does become available, they're not gonna do it. It's gonna become all of it that we're asking for, but we can't do that ask because we're not shovel ready.
It's like getting
It's the bigger
the
piece.
camel's nose in the tent. Once you open the door, then it starts the ball rolling.
But we've had phase 2 in front of all these people for 2, 3 years now, and nobody's taken the bait.
That's actually how Tallahassee works.
And that's not true. We did get some appropriations that were vetoed.
yeah,
Now, Joe, can I ask a question?
of course.
Of this, not to exceed 390, that comes out of the enterprise fund, correct?
It's correct.
So it's not taxpayer dollars
No,
and it's not necessarily dollars out of the budget, or is it?
it's definitely budgeted for in the enterprise fund,
Gotcha.
but it's paid out of fees
Yes,
or impact fees from
it's not
water
taxpayer dollars, it's user.
water and sewer customers. Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
out of fees.
But those fees could go into the general fund if they weren't used.
That's what they.
They're trying to put a stop to that
They're
too.
trying to put a limit on that, but
Because you can do that.
I know,
Yeah.
but
we contribute about 4% for $200,000-300,000 a year to the general fund. Yes. But they're trying to put a cap of 10%, so we're way below that cap.
and even if we made a decision to move ahead tonight, it would go in next year's budget.
Well, you guys are the policymakers. That would be something.
But it's not in this year's budget, so
That's-
we can't spend it this year.
No, go ahead.
Unless you have reserves and amend your budget to transfer funds from reserves to a specific line item in the budget for that purpose. And that would take a budget amendment.
And as I discussed, there's other things when I just talk to you individually, there's other things we have to do. I have to talk to Charlie about if we can actually approve this, because there's state statutes on the CCNA, which is the competitive, it's the consultant competitive.
Negotiation Act,
Act.
which requires us to,
Go out
Put
to
it to
bid.
bid?
yes. And
I was
actually,
gonna
you don't
ask that
approve,
next,
you
not-
don't
nothing
approve it,
against Bill.
you don't approve it on the cost, you approve it on the quality of the,
Qualifications
of the
the engineering firm.
And this wasn't
engineer you're
done,
considering.
and this wasn't done when we got him.
It was done. That's why we have to review that.
We have to see if that will apply to this work.
Okay.
So what,
So someone else would build on Jones's work already, Jones's been work.
Potentially, or we would hire,
Yeah.
we haven't done any of that research until you say, let's look into proceeding.
we have to have a concurrency that we've finished this. Then we'll go that, and put it out to bid. Charlie will look and see what we have to do.
The Consultant Competitive Negotiation Act is part of the statute and it applies to engineers, architects, and a number of professionals.
So but just to clarify, are you saying you don't know if we met that?
Oh, we met it in the past.
Okay,
But
you-
to sign
We
the,
may have to do it
But
again.
whether or not that
Applies.
applies to this, we would have to double check. It may, but we need to double check to make sure that we don't have to go out again. Typically, those contracts where you go out, like for the town engineer, it's not for one specific purpose. It's for continuing services. I don't know if when we did it the first time, it was for specific services or whether it was for continuing services.
Okay.
And that would determine whether we have to go out again or not.
So do we need a motion to vote to move this forward?
I say no, because we're just saying we're gonna do more
Yeah.
research,
Yeah, we really don't need to, as long as there's a consensus for us to
can proceed.
proceed.
To proceed in doing what, though?
How to get shovel ready, give you the options. So we'll look at, do we have to go out to bid or can we sign something with Jones Edwards? We don't know those answers today.
Okay, I think it's very important. We need to know those answers.
Yes, of course.
My consensus is to that.
Yes.
Go ahead,
My-
proceed.
my
I concur
recommendation
with her
is to that.
consensus.
So proceed forward with the recommendations and research that you need to do to
Yep.
see what's. the
Yeah, we need
outcome.
to put some,
That's agreed to?
Yes,
Let's go.
I could agree to that. I'm not sure I'm gonna agree to spend $400.
No, we're not there yet. That's
You good, Paul?
we can do this or not?
Yeah, I'm good.
yeah, we're good with that. Thank you.
Okay. All right, status
I
report.
might be under my over, Christie.
Every time you say that.
Don't say that.
I know.
Oh, we still have the CRA and status reports.
Status reports. Fire, did you want to go first?
All right, good evening. You hear me?
Good
Good
evening.
evening. Mayor, Vice Mayor, members of the council. My name is Chief Harvey. I'm here on behalf of Chief Martinez, which is on vacation. He's in Montana skiing with his family.
Could you move the mic closer, please? Thank you.
So I told him I'll step in this evening to speak on his behalf.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so he wanted me to mention regarding the town's barbecue that he did schedule one ladder truck to fly the flag and one rescue for static display. And that's calls for December. There are a total of 28 calls in the month of December. Dispatch average handling time was 37 seconds. Turnout time was 44 seconds, and travel time was an average of 6 minutes and 25 seconds. That's all I have.
Any comments, questions?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you,
Good evening, Mayor and Council.
Chief.
As usual, attached to the agenda tonight is the report for the Police Department for the month of November 2025. I do want to point out one potential error in the report under the flock camera system. It listed we had 10,000 clicks or otherwise 10,000 photographs of vehicles going through. As you can see, that's about 10% of the typical monthly report. We did confirm that 3 times through the flock system. So I believe there's some sort of capturing data error on the software side. So we have a call out standing to flock to capture the correct number there. Also, you see hours on the water. We had 11 hours on the water, with a third of that being for the boat parade, which I will say was the first opportunity I had to see the Lake Clark Shores boat parade, and it was fantastic. Got to see from the land, brought the wife up. We drove around to a couple different locations, and it was really a great time. And everybody had a good time on the water also. Last thing I wanted to do is also recognize Officers Lestrange and Romsat. They're 2 of our reserve officers. And as they did in Thanksgiving time, they did equally at Christmas time, where they took some food and some presents out west and had an opportunity to distribute them to some families in need, helping them have a very nice holiday and a nice holiday meal. I want to say they delivered over 200 meals and gifts to various families out west. So I just want to recognize their efforts. And although it didn't occur in the month of December, but about a week ago, Corporal Dominguez responded to a medical call about 7 p.m. On the 12th of January to a not conscious, not responsive male who was suffering a heart attack and he had no pulse. So he immediately began CPR efforts, which he continued for about 3 minutes until fire rescue showed up. They did a fantastic job also. The crew showed up and used one of those mechanical machines to simulate the
Defibrillator, AEDs, I don't know which one
Lucas
they use.
machine. Phenomenal machine. I hope I never had to use it on
Oh,
me.
goodness.
But the individual did regain a pulse, and he was transported to the hospital. So I'm waiting here about status for that, but I just want to recognize them and the Palm Beach County Fire Rescue for their life-saving efforts.
It's a big deal. Saving a life is a big deal.
And Chief, I looked out my window a couple of weeks ago and I saw the Marine patrol boat rescuing a disabled jet ski. So it's nice to see, it's nice to see it out on the water.
So no,
Chief, could I also bring your attention to ask the patrol to watch the bridge on the north end there?
Too much to ask him to watch
The bridge right there, Pine Tree entryway. The people around there are telling me they're not even slowing down there. They just zoom in and out. So just have the officers just be aware of that.
Absolutely. And
Keep their eye
just
on that.
for the public's edification also, anytime anybody calls the police department and asks to speak with me about a traffic or any sort of quality of life issue, as well as whether they call the lieutenant, or if one of you call me or call Mr. LaBelle, he passed an information on, or if somebody from the public comes up and speaks, all of those complaints are looked into. We signed them to the patrol officers working various times or day, ask them to do special patrols. They capture those statistics on their daily shift summary reports. So whether it's speeding on Forest Hill, Pine Tree, running stop signs at Venetian, complaints on West Clark for neighbor problems, Nemic, suspicious instances down there, all of those comments do, I capture them, we write them down, pass them on to staff, and we do look into them.
Okay, thank you.
And I will pass that along also.
I think
you.
to follow up on Councilman Freeble, they have them staged there, just like you have them staged police officers on the traffic lights.
For
Just
block and
their
box.
presence will hopefully at least deter them, or at least make them aware that they're going to.
Visual presence definitely deters
Yes.
traffic violations.
Thank you.
Ma'am.
Thank you.
You want to go next?
Yeah, sure. My report is the last page of your agenda packet, and I'll be happy to answer any questions. We have prepared a draft red line version of the proposed charter revisions. The manager and I will be going over that, and then we will be presenting it to you for your review, comments, input, and direction.
Will they come at the February meeting or before?
We're trying to get February.
We'll try to do February, but
Okay. I mean, I'm
it'll
just
be
curious.
February or March, but
Okay, March is fine. Just curious.
either one. If we can get it all done, it'll be on February.
Very good. Thank you.
Charlie, could you clarify what this utilities little paragraph is about?
That's the comp plan.
Oh, this is the comp plan infrastructure element. The water facilities work plan, it's a 10-year plan and they require a 5-year update. So we reviewed the notice of public hearing for that comp plan amendment. It actually is a comp plan amendment. Our consultant, Jack Horniman, actually prepared it and I reviewed it, and it meets all the requirements. It's one of those things we have to do. We have really no choice.
So it's not
It
making
doesn't
any
change.
changes of
No,
any
it's
sort?
not changing anything.
Any other questions? All right, you want to finish, bring up the rear?
Yeah, thank you. The next two meetings are on the 10th, February 10th and March 10th, the regular second Tuesday. Then we got a lot of events coming. Tomorrow, this is one of my favorites on the senior club. We'll have the Historical Society of Palm Beach doing a presentation on the 1860s. So looking forward to that.
What was that?
The Historical Society's
Oh,
doing the-
Yeah,
Okay.
please, everybody come. I mean, it's,
I'm pretty sure Suzanne is coming and she is one of our best.
oh, thank you. Then we have movie night before our barbecue, the Friday before. Then we have the barbecue on Saturday, February 21st, as everybody knows, from 1 to 4. We have our band and a lot of things are happening. We got a meeting on this Friday, so it's our third meeting. Everything's moving along. The The fishing tournament is on March 28th. Greg, we need to set up a meeting with you.
Yes, I was going to bring something up regarding that, Joe. If I could schedule a time to bring in, I had talked to you about bringing in Mr. Zeno.
Okay,
We could schedule a time for the three of us all to come in the conference room and meet and just
Yeah.
talk and give him some guidance on what he can do, and he'll be very effective.
perfect.
It'll help me tremendously.
And we have a date for the lake and land cleanup. It's a Saturday morning on April 25th. The chief and I are pretty happy with the vegetation education campaign, the way it's going. It's going in the right direction, so we're pleased. Just want to put this on the next thing about reminding everybody to thank Commissioner Flores, because I've been meeting with all the 7 Central County municipalities about creating this RFP, this bid to go out to get an economic redevelopment or development master plan for Central County, a long needed one to look out for the next 10 to 20 years. I'm pretty excited about that. The county put away $1 million for this study for Central County. So again, if you see any of the commissioners, thank them for funding this project for us. I've been going to meetings, like I said, 2 or 3 times a month on getting this RFP out. Charlie already talked about the charter review. The other stuff is kind of minor. Had great holiday events. So if anybody has any questions, please. Okay.
Any questions for Joe?
Oh, you guys are gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Okay, any council comments on anything?
I'm good to go at this moment. We'll be back in Tallahassee. Oh, I do have a request. I'm sorry. I didn't know when I should do this, but Christy, you're going?
Yes,
I'm glad to hear that. And
I
Richard,
got the pool table already lined up.
well, we won't be at that hotel, but we can always go by there and see that. But I have a small request. You ladies would not mind if I brought my 13-year-old grandson with us. They are in school studying local and state government at the moment. And
Absolutely, welcome.
yeah, I thought he's a good boy. He's on the Junior Honor
Is
Society.
that the one that calls you grandfather?
They all call me that.
It started with Ethan.
It started with Ethan. This is Ethan. This is my firstborn grandchild. He's a good young man, and he's 13 now, and it's changed. So I want to point him in the right direction or help or do my part as his grandparent. So
Wonderful.
if you don't mind, and Joe, if there's any additional cost of any kind, I told you I will pay for whatever it is. So thank you. I appreciate it.
And I heard he's going to drive half the time.
I wasn't going to bring that up, but Ethan, when he sees that thing, he's like, grandfather, how about letting me in there?
Are you going up in the big honking SUV there?
Oh, yeah, we're coming.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm asking permission.
Oh,
We're
okay.
going to
All
be there with you.
He's in the 3rd row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't complain much.
I just want to thank everybody for everything over the holidays. All the events that were hosted. You guys go so above and beyond, and it was such a great holiday season here. And like Clark Shores, I was so sad when I saw the gentleman out there taking all the garland down. we really kept our decorations up about a week too long, but I had a hard time letting go. So I just wanted to make sure to thank everyone, and police and fire. Thank you guys so much for everything you do around the holidays too. I know it's like usually a busier time, although it doesn't look like it was too crazy here in Lake Clark Shores. What are the taglines? A slice of paradise.
Yeah.
One of them.
That sounds like pizza.
Welcome to the shores.
Sounds like,
Sure.
You can see the
yeah.
the slogan. Anyways,
I'll
thank you
take a
guys
slice
very
of
much.
paradise and a Coke. Yeah. Yes, in fact, I would like to reiterate how great the decorations in Pine Tree Park and Memorial Park and the new bridge were. I applaud I wasn't expecting decorations on the bridge and they looked great. I want to follow up on Tim's comment. We got to get those GFIs taken care of.
They're working on it.
Okay. And the new cost for the rebar, the email that we got. I don't see a way around not paying it, but I'm really tired of the contractors that, coming up with all these extra charges. And I think next time we do a big project, we have to figure out how to tighten up our contracts to stay on top of that. And that's all I have.
Okay. Well, I echo all the sentiments of thanking everybody, the staff, police and fire, Charlie, for all you do, and especially during the holidays. And the town did look wonderful. I love the bridge. I love the boat parade. There's nothing else to say. I love this town. So anything that we can do to bring it along, just bring it to our attention. With that said, motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Let it be written, let it be done.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Passed. All right, let's go on to the next meeting. CRA. Okay, whenever you're ready.
Oh, one quick comment. Hey, Fire Chief, I want to say thank you to your comrades. With number 4s on their helmet. I'm not sure where they're located, but they rescued me from a stuck elevator last week.
With a smile on her face.
And they were kind of cute, so I'm going back to the same elevator next week.
You ready?
I am ready.
Chair Bridget Keating,
Present.
Vice Chair Christy Mosbach,
Here.
Commissioner Taylor Materio,
Here.
Commissioner Gregory Freebold.
Here.
Do we have any public residents that want to comment? Have any public comments? Do we have any online? Okay, we move on to approval of agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So approved. Yes. It's what?
Consent agenda.
There's that says staff recommendation. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
So
So
moved.
moved.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Draw over there,
Aye.
Mayor.
What's that?
Say we're quick on the draw.
Yeah.
My overs.
Okay, new-
Oh, shoot.
Review
Nope,
the
not gonna make
community
it.
development plan. Who's that? Review of the community development staff will then return with proposed script.
I'll take it.
Oh, yep.
Okay. As you know, we have goals every year on our CRA, and can you believe our CRA is 10 years old? I can't believe it. This year, it is 10 years old officially. So it's a 30-year plan, and we have the plan right on. If anyone wants to look at our CRA plan, it's on our website. It's 78 pages long. It's got a lot of materials in there, and it's always a good idea to review it, especially after a third of its life. So after a decade. So obviously I listed some reasons why we should do it and some options. The 3 options that we came up with is staff could do a review and get back to you what we see, because obviously things evolve in 10 years, or we can actually hire a consultant. Or third is some kind of hybrid where we take a look at it and see if we need some professional help. We always need professional help. So another option that I just thought of this week was option 4 would be to wait what deliverables, because we're asking for deliverables in that RFP that's going out with the county. And obviously deliverables will be what code changes we should do to entice businesses. So maybe we should wait until we get those deliverables in, because that's going to be a big deal on a density and intensity and height. So it's up to you all. We just wanted to make sure to put this as a goal. It hasn't been reviewed in 10 years. Obviously, the first half of it doesn't need to be changed because that was the justification why we should have a CRA. But the other things on what we should do with the monies and what businesses we're enticing, they're all pre-COVID, so the world has changed. So just looking for you guys to discuss this and give us some guidance.
I'll step in here. I think that we have to be careful, it's in the CRA, but also in the town, to keep expenditures for consultants to a minimum, so that we have the CRA money to actually do the projects in the parks or whatever our priorities are, because we have very limited funds.
Correct.
I agree, as necessary. I mean, I do think sometimes we need a consultant because our staff can't do it all. But in this case, I would lean towards option one.
Greg?
I can live with option one too. I agree. I mean, we have the basics down through cool ear and hearing, kind of, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
It's we're there in the driver's seat, and we just need to figure out where we go. Could you explain to everybody what the TIF is?
Sure. That whole corridor on Forest Hill Boulevard is in our CRA, and it gets a base year. The base year, let's say, was $25 million, and now it's worth, let's say, 50 million. It's like 45, 46, but let's say, so it's doubled in the last 10 years. So the taxes on that extra $25 million is the TIF money. So the county millage rate and the town's millage rate is what the TIF taxes go into the CRA. So the county doesn't get any more money, nor does the town get any more money for that area for the growth. It gets the base year, which was the 25 million, but it doesn't get the $45 million that it's getting now. So,
And by the way, you made a good point. I guess he left, but our millage rate, we've dropped it for the last couple of years.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years in a row, and it wasn't dropped before that for years. So we're trying. So
Now, option 4 takes everything into account.
option 4 is we're waiting for, like I said, good deliverables from this process we're going through. So
Isn't that a year or two out?
it is a year or two out at least. So we could, like I said, we could do option 1. I agree with Christy on consultants. I don't think this really needs a consultant. There's not a lot of money anyway. There's $10 million of improvements on there on one page, and we have $300,000. So why waste our time on this? We're putting our money into our parks, and I'm talking to the stakeholders about, as our goals, which is quality development. So
Option 1,
I like option 1 or option 4, if you ask
So-
my opinion.
option 1 is you guys do it.
Yeah,
That's-
we'll set up meetings and we'll go through 20% of it, every week, and then we'll be done.
Well, you also, if you're going through it, you would realize that if there's something beyond your needs or not beyond
Right.
your scope, you would
We'll
come
report
back to us and go.
Right.
And obviously, at that point, you might need to go to a consultant. But at this point, staff could handle it.
Right.
Um,
We just got to keep Emily on the low. She likes to correct everything, Emily. We'll have to calm Emily down.
So do we have any idea what the proposed improvements to the 2 parks will cost?
No, we don't have a professional estimate, and we did that on purpose because we didn't want to pay for that, because an engineer would actually charge you for that. So we're having in these grants actually to get the design drawings done to go out to RFP. So hopefully, if we get these grants, we'll get the grants to award us to go out to bid. And then we'll get an engineering estimate, and then we'll get the real costs, because when we go out to bid, you'll get the actual cost.
So we're kind of doing it like septic sewer, doing it in phases.
Oh, yes.
What did
It's
you
going to be,
Yes.
yeah, oh,
So
yes,
we're doing it in phases. It's
Yeah.
not one big lump sum.
yes.
I mean, even within the parks, each park is being divvied up as far as grants are concerned.
But we have a roadmap.
So do you need a motion for the
I don't think so.
plan or just
No.
direction?
No, we're good.
That's okay.
We're good. So 1 is the consensus, or 4, or a hybrid of both?
I could go with 1 or 4.
I'm one.
Greg?
I'll do 1. That's fine. We'll get the ball rolling.
Okay.
Okay. We'll look at
We
it.
still can, like when you say it's a hybrid, if you're talking about your deliverables, now you got me concerned.
No, four is not a hybrid. Four is.
No, I'm
waiting-
saying,
Waiting.
No consultant for sure, but 4 was just waiting more than doing anything. But 1 is, let's read it. I
yeah,
skimmed it.
let's
but
let's
let's
review it and
we'll read it
Yeah.
page by page.
especially if it's.
We'll keep Emily, like I said, we'll calm Emily down.
Okay,
Very-
Emily, you
very
you
knowledgeable.
give us your best. We appreciate it. You have a vested interest. Yes, you do.
She's, thank you.
So you're the executive director?
Oh, yeah.
What was your comment?
That was my,
That was number.
yeah, no,
6. No more comments? Do you have any more comments?
no other comments. Thank you.
Okay, any council comments, Commissioner?
None.
Nope.
All right, so we have a motion to adjourn.
I move that we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
So moved, we're done.
Almost, Greg.